Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Czech ebook before it's gone. When learning a new language, everyone should have an ultimate goal to work towards. Whether you want to be able to connect with a relative, easily order food while traveling, or go somewhere new, having an end goal for your learning can be very motivating. A popular but challenging goal is being able to speak like a native speaker. It's difficult to measure exactly when you reach this goal, and it's not something you can pick up using textbooks alone. So how do you work on making your speech more natural? That's what we're going to look at today. Here are 3 tips to help you practice talking like a native speaker. Number 1, focus on vocabulary. If your goal is to speak like a native, you might be really focused on speaking quickly or using as many complex grammar patterns as possible. But in our native languages, we're not always trying to speak as fast as possible, and we use complex grammar patterns when necessary, not to show off. Vocabulary, however, is extremely important to expressing ourselves naturally. Your choice of words can reveal a lot about you and your understanding of the language. Most learners have had the experience of using a phrasebook or a dictionary to find a word they want to use, trying the word in conversation, and getting a look of confusion from the native speaker. In some cases, although your word choice may be grammatically correct, the word may be inappropriate for the situation or totally unnatural. This is especially important in business and other formal situations, where the right level of formality and professionalism is key. Being able to understand nuances in vocabulary words can also help you understand relationships between people just by listening to the conversation. Try to listen to many different types of conversations. Listen to how people talk to their friends, their superiors, and in customer service situations. This will give you a better idea of how to talk to others naturally. In some languages, you can omit words from sentences or use more direct communication styles. It's important to be aware of these things so you can apply them yourself. Colloquialisms and slang are also commonly used in most languages. As this sort of vocabulary is always evolving, it can be difficult to keep up with the latest words. Talk with native speakers and consume media in your target language to make sure you pick up these kinds of expressions. Media is a great resource for your learning. Ultimately, knowing the appropriate vocabulary to use for each situation will really help you sound more knowledgeable. Number 2, perfect your accent. With every language, there are unique pronunciation and intonation challenges. Some languages are tonal languages, and a change in pitch can completely change the meaning of a word. Then there's the fact that most countries have multiple dialects, and so people from one area of the country may sound different from those in another. So what is the best way to listen to a wide range of accents and different pronunciations? Video and audio resources are a great way to do this. YouTube is a perfect place to start because people from all kinds of different backgrounds upload videos to the platform. You can watch educational videos, daily life vlogs, cooking shows, a travel series, whatever interests you. Pay attention to the different ways people speak. Everyone is unique. And then practice speaking like them. This kind of practice can help you sound more natural. One note, please be aware of the type of resources you're using. For example, if you find a video where a speaker uses a rare dialect, it might not be a good idea to use that for your pronunciation practice, unless you have a special reason for studying a specific accent. As a general rule, it's best to try to search for practice resources that use a standard form of the language you're studying. Number 3, copy what you hear. Do you remember how you learned to speak as a child? We rarely learned new words just listening to them, or reading after we learned how. When we were little kids, we imitated the sounds we heard by repeating the sounds out loud. While you're talking to a friend, watching videos, or listening to audio in your target language, you can do this to try and replicate the way they speak. Doing this will help you work on mastering the flow of the language, your accent, intonation, and pronunciation. Of course, you might also pick up some new vocabulary this way. Make sure to repeat new words often. It's a great way to make sure you remember them. Try doing this using a number of different mediums and sources. That way, you'll be exposed to the diversity that the language offers and master the fundamentals of pronunciation. For example, you can watch and imitate several different YouTube videos and audio CDs, but try a few different sources, like different creators or different audio types, to make sure you experience a wide range of communication in your target language. If you're using our language learning program, you can even get your own teacher with Premium Plus. Your teacher can answer questions, give assignments, and even listen to your recordings and give you advice on pronunciation. Completing these kinds of lessons with a native teacher can really boost your confidence in your speaking skills. Becoming able to speak like a native is a popular goal for many people learning a new language. It feels great to be able to communicate smoothly, especially when the people you're talking to expect basic level sentences or broken communication. Try using the tips we've shared in this video to work on improving your speaking skills. Of course, it'll take time and persistence, but the reward will be more natural communication. And for even more tips on speaking, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Ahoj, je tady dodávka nábytku. Ty jsi něco objednal?
To je ten mělký dřevěný šuplík pod postel, co jsi chtěla.
To ne, tohle vypadá jako obrovská komoda, tak 20 kilo.
Aha, to se sem k nám nevejde.
Co s tím?
Řekni jim, že to musí být omyl.
No jo, asi mají špatný objednávkový číslo.
Asi. Nebo špatnou adresu.
Řeknu jim to. Zatím čau.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
Dodávat.
To deliver.
Dodávat. Dodávat. Objednat.
To order.
Objednat. Objednat. Mělký.
Shallow.
Mělký. Mělký. Dřevěný.
Wooden.
Dřevěný. Dřevěný. Obrovský.
Massive.
Obrovský. Obrovský. Komoda.
Chest of drawers.
Komoda. Komoda. Vejít se.
To fit in.
Vejít se. Vejít se. Omyl.
Mistake.
Omyl. Omyl. Špatný.
Wrong. Incorrect.
Špatný. Špatný.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Ahoj, je tady dodávka nábytku. Ty jsi něco objednal?
To je ten mělký dřevěný šuplík pod postel, co jsi chtěla.
To ne, tohle vypadá jako obrovská komoda, tak 20 kilo.
Aha, to se sem k nám nevejde.
Co s tím?
Řekni jim, že to musí být omyl.
No jo, asi mají špatný objednávkový číslo.
Asi. Nebo špatnou adresu.
Řeknu jim to. Zatím čau.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson. Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Děvčata, brzy promujete. Už víte, co budete dělat potom?
Budu hledat práci.
Já ještě nevím.
Ve středu je seminář pro studenty. Postgraduální studium. Nechcete přijít?
Ano, moc ráda. Středu mám volnou. Děkuju za pozvání. V kolik hodin?
Je to v 16 hodin.
Děkuju. Já asi ne. Už jsem rozhodlá jít pracovat.
Nic se neděje. Hodně štěstí při hledání.
Děkuju vám.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
Vědět.
To know.
Vědět. Vědět. Hledat.
To look for.
Hledat. Hledat. Středa.
Wednesday.
Středa. Středa. Chtít.
To want.
Chtít. Chtít. Přijít.
To come.
Přijít. Přijít. Pozvání.
Invitation.
Pozvání. Pozvání. Hodina.
Hour.
Hodina. Hodina. Asi.
Probably. I guess.
Asi. Asi. Dít se.
To happen. To be going on.
Dít se. Dít se. Štěstí.
Luck.
Štěstí. Štěstí.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Děvčata, brzy promujete. Už víte, co budete dělat potom?
Budu hledat práci.
Já ještě nevím.
Ve středu je seminář pro studenty. Postgraduální studium. Nechcete přijít?
Ano, moc ráda. Středu mám volnou. Děkuju za pozvání. V kolik hodin?
Je to v 16 hodin.
Děkuju. Já asi ne. Už jsem rozhodlá jít pracovat.
Nic se neděje. Hodně štěstí při hledání.
Děkuju vám.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
These are intermediate phrases that you can use in everyday life. You can use them when you travel, at work, or for your studies. They are for asking and answering questions. So after you learn these phrases, check out the link in the description where you can make an account at czechclass101.com and practice your Czech even more. All right, let's get started. Chci jít do. I would like to go to. Chci jít do. Chci jít do. Je tady někde bankomat? Is there an ATM nearby? Je tady někde bankomat? Je tady někde bankomat? Prosím, řekněte mi o. Please tell me more about. Prosím, řekněte mi o. Prosím, řekněte mi o. Máte dobrý vkus. You have a good taste. Máte dobrý vkus. Máte dobrý vkus. Máte příští sobotu čas? Do you have time next Saturday? Máte příští sobotu čas? Máte příští sobotu čas? Přišel jsem pozdě, protože nepřijel autobus. I am late because the bus did not show up. Přišel jsem pozdě, protože nepřijel autobus. Přišel jsem pozdě, protože nepřijel autobus. Prosím, buďte tiše. Please keep quiet. Prosím, buďte tiše. Prosím, buďte tiše. Máte dotaz? Do you have a question? Máte dotaz? Máte dotaz? Není mi dobře. Mohl bych být pro dnešek omluven? I don't feel well. Can I be excused for the day? Není mi dobře. Mohl bych být pro dnešek omluven? Není mi dobře. Mohl bych být pro dnešek omluven? Co doporučujete? What do you recommend? Co doporučujete? Co doporučujete? Obsahuje tohle jídlo nějaký? Does this dish contain any? Obsahuje tohle jídlo nějaký? Obsahuje tohle jídlo nějaký? Nemůžu jíst. Pít. I can't eat. Drink. Nemůžu jíst. Pít. Nemůžu jíst. Pít. Baví mě. I like to. Baví mě. Baví mě. Jaké je počasí? How's the weather? Jaké je počasí? Jaké je počasí? Ztratil jsem svoji věc. I lost my item. Ztratil jsem svoji věc. Ztratil jsem svoji věc. Mohu si tady sednout? Can I sit here? Mohu si tady sednout? Mohu si tady sednout? Máte? Do you have a? Máte? Máte? Scháním. I'm looking for a. The. Scháním. Scháním. Moje e-mailová adresa je. My email address is. Moje e-mailová adresa je. Moje e-mailová adresa je. Co děláte? What do you do? Co děláte? Co děláte? Šel jsem do kina. I went to the cinema. Šel jsem do kina. Šel jsem do kina. Vstupte. Come in. Vstupte. Vstupte. Můj nejoblíbenější zpěvák je. My favorite singer is. Můj nejoblíbenější zpěvák je. Můj nejoblíbenější zpěvák je. Jakou hudbu máte rád? What kind of music do you like? Jakou hudbu máte rád? Jakou hudbu máte rád? Všechno nejlepší k narozeninám. Happy birthday. Všechno nejlepší k narozeninám. Všechno nejlepší k narozeninám.
Muž a žena spolu mluví. Kdy půjdou na masáž? Můj kamarád právě otevřel nový masážní salon.
Masážní salon? Tam chci jít.
Máš čas v sobotu?
V sobotu mám moc práce. Co v neděli?
V neděli má zavřeno. A co v pátek?
Dobře.
Kdy půjdou na masáž? Muž a žena spolu mluví. Kdy půjdou na masáž? Můj kamarád právě otevřel nový masážní salon.
Masážní salon? Tam chci jít.
Máš čas v sobotu?
V sobotu mám moc práce. Co v neděli?
V neděli má zavřeno. A co v pátek?
Dobře.
Žena mluví s prodavačem. Do kterého patra teď žena půjde? Promiňte, kde je dámské oblečení?
Ve 3., 4. a 5. patře.
Ve kterém máte kabáty?
Ve 4. patře. Výtah je támhle.
Ve 4. Děkuji. Do kterého patra teď žena půjde? Žena mluví s prodavačem. Do kterého patra teď žena půjde? Promiňte, kde je dámské oblečení?
Ve 3., 4. a 5. patře.
Ve kterém máte kabáty?
Ve 4. patře. Výtah je támhle.
Ve 4. Děkuji. Muž a žena spolu mluví. Kde je klíč?
Kde je klíč od bytu?
Nechala jsem ho na stole.
Není tam.
Zkus se podívat pod stolem.
Nic.
Ani v kapse není.
Aha, byl v mé tašce.
Kde je klíč? Muž a žena spolu mluví. Kde je klíč?
Kde je klíč od bytu?
Nechala jsem ho na stole.
Není tam.
Zkus se podívat pod stolem.
Nic.
Ani v kapse není.
Aha, byl v mé tašce.
Muž a žena spolu mluví. Kdy muž maluje? Malujete každý den?
Ano. Od 9 od rána do 7 večer.
Od 9 do 7? 10 hodin?
Ano. Je to má práce.
Kdy muž maluje? Muž a žena spolu mluví. Kdy muž maluje? Malujete každý den?
Ano. Od 9 od rána do 7 večer.
Od 9 do 7? 10 hodin?
Ano. Je to má práce.
Your condition is not getting better, and you decide to go to the nearby clinic. You receive a medical report. What is the diagnosis? You receive a medical report. What is the diagnosis? The diagnosis is food poisoning caused by contaminated food.
Otrava způsobená kontaminovaným jídlem.
You just bought a few items from a local shop online. What information does the website say about the delivery date? What information does the website say about the delivery date? The website says that delivery dates differ depending on the delivery method, but all dates should be calculated from the next working day.
Doba doručení se liší v závislosti na způsobu doručení, ale všechna data by měla být počítána od následujícího pracovního dne.
The day after ordering an item online, you receive an email notification. How can you track your package? How can you track your package? The email says that you can track your package on this website by logging into your account, and after logging in, click on your order history and enter the order number found in this email.
Trasu své zásilky můžete sledovat na této stránce, když se přihlásíte na svůj účet. Po přihlášení klikněte na přehled svých objednávek a zadejte číslo objednávky uvedené v tomto e-mailu.
You're reading the instructions of an electronic device you've just bought. What should you do in case of overheating? What should you do in case of overheating? The manual says that if you notice the surface overheating, unplug the device immediately and allow it to cool down before handling again.
Pokud si všimnete, že se výrobek přehřívá, okamžitě zařízení odpojte a před další manipulací ho nechte vychladnout.
Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Dobrý den, dnes je děsná zima, že?
To jo, mrzne.
Už aběl autobus. Čekáte dlouho?
No, asi 15 minut.
Aha, vypadá to na zpoždění. Od včera je zataženo a sněží.
To je pravda.
Ta silnice je namrzlá. Snad se brzy dočkáme.
To doufám.
Už vidím světla.
Hurá!
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
Zima.
Cold.
Zima. Zima. Mrznout.
To freeze.
Mrznout. Mrznout. Už aby.
Can't wait. May the...
Už aby. Už aby. No.
Well.
No. No. Aha.
I see.
Aha. Aha. Vypadat.
To look like.
Vypadat. Vypadat. Zpoždění.
Delay.
Spoždění. Zpoždění. Namrzlý.
Icy. Frosted.
Namrzlý. Namrzlý. Doufat.
To be hopeful.
Doufat. Doufat. Hurá.
Hooray.
Hurá. Hurá.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Dobrý den, dnes je děsná zima, že?
To jo, mrzne.
Už aběl autobus. Čekáte dlouho?
No, asi 15 minut.
Aha, vypadá to na zpoždění. Od včera je zataženo a sněží.
To je pravda.
Ta silnice je namrzlá. Snad se brzy dočkáme.
To doufám.
Už vidím světla.
Hurá!
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
Ahoj, já jsem Veronika. Těší mě. Hi, I'm Veronika. Nice to meet you. In this series, you are going to learn basic Czech expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you are going to learn how to introduce yourself in Czech. You'll start speaking right away, but first, it's important to clarify that in Czech, there is a difference between the formal and the informal language. Let's first see how Czech people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Ahoj, já jsem Veronika. Ráda tě poznávám. Hi, I'm Veronika. Nice to meet you. Ahoj, já jsem Veronika. Ráda tě poznávám. For males, the form of ráda changes to rád. Ahoj, já jsem Petr. Rád tě poznávám. Hi, I'm Petr. Nice to meet you. Ahoj, já jsem Petr. Rád tě poznávám. Start by saying ahoj, já jsem. Then say your name. Ahoj, já jsem Veronika. Finally say ráda tě poznávám if you are a female or rád tě poznávám if you are a male. Ahoj, já jsem Veronika. Ráda tě poznávám. Ahoj, já jsem Petr. Rád tě poznávám. And now let's see the same sentence in formal speech. Dobrý den, já jsem Veronika Nová. Ráda vás poznávám. Good day, I'm Veronika Nová. Nice to meet you. Dobrý den. Já jsem Veronika Nová. Ráda vás poznávám. And again, the form of ráda changes to rád for males. Dobrý den, já jsem Petr Nový. Rád vás poznávám. Hi, I'm Petr Nový. Nice to meet you. Dobrý den. Já jsem Petr Nový. Rád vás poznávám. So what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these expressions together. Ahoj has been substituted with the formal greeting Dobrý den, Czech for good day. Já jsem Veronika has not been changed. Já jsem simply means I am. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name. So I said Veronika Nová. Here you would say your full name. Finally, pay attention to the ending. We went from tě poznávám to vás poznávám. What changes is the Czech word for you in the accusative case. In a formal sentence, we use the more polite word vás. One more time, the informal way to introduce yourself in Czech is Ahoj, já jsem Veronika. Ráda tě poznávám for females. And Ahoj, já jsem Petr. Rád tě poznávám for males. The formal way to introduce yourself is Dobrý den, já jsem Veronika Nová. Ráda vás poznávám for females. And Dobrý den, já jsem Petr Nový. Rád vás poznávám for males. Now it's time for Veronika's insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands. If you are not sure whether to use ráda tě poznávám, rád tě poznávám, ráda vás poznávám, or rád vás poznávám, just say simply těší mě. As I said at the beginning of this lesson, těší mě means I am pleased to meet you. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use good manners as you thank people. Připraveni? Are you ready? Tak začneme. So let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Děkuju. Děkuju. Děkuju means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add moc. Děkuju moc. Moc means a lot. So děkuju moc is like saying thank you very much. During the last lesson, we discussed the informal and the formal way of speaking Czech. Děkuju is the casual way to thank someone. If you want to be more formal, there is another phrase you should use. Děkuju vám. Děkuju vám. Let's break this phrase down. Děkuju means thanks. Vám is a formal word for you in the dative case. Notice that we don't use vás, as in the last lesson. We will discuss Czech pronouns in more depth in a later lesson. The full sentence once again. Děkuju vám. How do you answer? It's easy. Here are two different ways to do it. The first is prosím. Prosím. This means you're welcome. Prosím can be used with just about anybody. The other way to say you are welcome is the expression není zač. Není zač. Literally, this phrase means there is nothing to thank me for, or you don't have to thank me. But it has become a common and polite way to respond to someone thanking you. So when someone says děkuju to you, you can simply reply with prosím or není zač. Now it's time for Veronica's insights. If you're not sure about whether to use děkuju or děkuju vám, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Děkuju can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. In spoken Czech, you can also hear the word díky. It is a very casual and easy way to thank someone. In this lesson, you will learn some of the most common greetings used in the Czech Republic. Připraveni? Are you ready? Tak začneme. So let's start. The most common informal greeting is ahoj. Ahoj. Ahoj means hi or hello. We should only use this greeting with friends or relatives. The most common formal greetings will change depending on the time of day. Let's start with dobrý den. Dobrý den. Literally, dobrý den means good day. As a rule of thumb, we can use dobrý den only during the daytime, from late morning until early evening. In the morning, we say dobré ráno, which means good morning. Dobré ráno. During the evening, we say dobrý večer. Dobrý večer. Den, ráno, and večer are Czech for day, morning, and evening, respectively. Easy, right? Dobrý is the form of the adjective used in combination with masculine nouns, and dobré is the form we use with neuter nouns. It means good. What should you say when you leave? Czech people usually say na shledanou when leaving in a formal situation. Na shledanou. Na shledanou means goodbye. If we say goodbye to friends or our relatives, we use the informal word ahoj. Ahoj. Maybe you have already noticed, but informal hello and goodbye are the same in Czech. In both situations, we simply say ahoj. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Czech. Let's review them all again. First, the greetings. Informally, we simply say ahoj. Formally, use dobré ráno in the morning, dobrý den in the afternoon, and dobrý večer in the evening. When leaving in a formal situation, we say na shledanou. And in an informal situation, it's ahoj. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Veronica's insights. You can also hear other greetings in the Czech Republic. For example, young people might use nazdar for hello when they meet each other. It is also very common to use the word ciao for both hello and goodbye in informal situations. But I'm sure you could guess what it means if you happen to hear it in the streets. In this lesson, you are going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Czech, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you are saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to say it. Mluvíš anglicky? Mluvíš anglicky? In Czech, verbs change depending on the person that they refer to. The first word is the verb mluvíš, which means to speak. Because it is referring to the second person, you, it is conjugated to mluvíš. And you probably recognize anglicky to be English, though anglicky is not a noun but an adverb. Mluvíš anglicky? We're now going to make this sentence formal. The person which the verb refers to is going to change to the formal version of you. Because of this, the verb will be conjugated differently. It becomes mluvíte instead of mluvíš, like in the informal version. Everything else stays the same. Mluvíte anglicky? Mluvíte anglicky? If you add promiňte, excuse me, the sentence becomes even more polite. Promiňte, mluvíte anglicky? Promiňte, mluvíte anglicky? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. Ano, yes, ano. Trochu, a little. Trochu. Ne, nemluvím anglicky. No, I don't speak English. Ne, nemluvím anglicky. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to attach ne to the verb mluvit. Notice also that the form mluvím is slightly different than mluvit. Remember, the verb changes depending on the person it refers to. We are now talking about ourselves. Thus, I do not speak is nemluvím. Now it's time for Veronica's insights. For those of you who are not only English speakers, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Czech people study other European languages at school, so maybe you will get lucky. Just substitute anglicky with italsky for Italian, rusky for Russian, španělsky for Spanish, francouzsky for French, and so on. In the last lesson, we learned the phrase promiňte, mluvíte anglicky, which means, excuse me, do you speak English? We mentioned the word promiňte, which means excuse me in formal Czech. In this lesson, you are going to learn how to use promiňte and other words when apologizing in Czech. We should use promiňte in formal situations, such as when asking for a seat on a train. For example, promiňte, je tady volno? Which means, excuse me, is the seat free? We can also use it when asking another question. Promiňte, kde je tady východ? Which means, excuse me, where is the exit, please? Sometimes we also hear people say, prosím vás, which means the same thing when you want to draw somebody's attention. We use this phrase in formal speech. Prosím vás. The informal way to say excuse me is prosím tě. Prosím tě. Just like prosím vás, we can use prosím tě when asking a question. Maybe you already remember from lesson 1 that tě and vás mean you in the accusative case. Tě is the informal version and vás is formal. If you really want to apologize for something, it might be better to use a different phrase. That phrase is omlouvám se. It means I'm sorry and can be used in both formal and informal situations. Omlouvám se. First we have omlouvám, from the Czech verb for to apologize, omlouvat. When this is conjugated for I in Czech, it is omlouvám. Se is used in the reflexive form of the verb omlouvat. Now it's time for Veronica's insights. Please remember that in the Czech Republic, if you accidentally bump into someone, we don't say I'm sorry, which is omlouvám se. Instead, we say promiňte or promiň.
When learning a new language, we sometimes have a hard time with things like procrastination, discouragement, or failure. But don't panic. With a good strategy, you'll be able to overcome these difficulties. Are you ready to discover the 4 habits of successful learners? Number 1, optimize your time. When learning a language, it's important to dedicate time to your studies regularly, even if sometimes it's difficult. You're busy with school, work, family, or friends, but you can spread out your learning throughout the day. Study whenever you have small gaps of time in your busy schedule. This can be when you're on the metro, on your lunch break, or while you're exercising. Our podcast learning format fits perfectly into your tight schedule. Number 2, consistency with your chosen method. There are a lot of options when it comes to courses and learning materials. Switching from one method to another can confuse you and disrupt your progress. Focusing on one learning method will make a difference. Our method has been created and optimized by real teachers, so you can stick to it with confidence. Number 3, use your language background. Many languages share some commonalities. You can find words that look or sound similar, or even share the same grammar structure. A little bit of language background will give you an edge while learning. Number 4, study continuously. People are excited when they start learning a new language. The enthusiasm usually lasts until the first roadblock. This can lead to discouragement and procrastination. But don't burn yourself out. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't try to learn it all at once. Break things down into more digestible chunks. Learning step by step might feel slow, but it's an efficient way to learn a language. With patience, motivation, and good resources, you'll master the language. Remember, you can't learn a language overnight, but with motivation and these daily lessons, you'll be on the road to fluency. Give it a try now. Sign up for your account. Just click the link in the description.
Want to speak real Czech from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at czechclass101.com.
Já jsem Tom.
Já jsem Mary.
Těší mě.
Také mě těší.
Tak tě vítám. Pojď dál.
Díky. Tady je malý dárek. Snad se ti bude líbit.
Mockrát děkuju.
Není zač. Au. Promiňte?
Ano?
Moje noha.
Aha, omlouvám se. Ahoj,
Ahoj.
jak se máš?
Děkuju, dobře. Dobrý večer.
Promiňte, můžete mi dát jídelní lístek?
Ano, chvilinku, prosím.
Promiňte, můžete mi také dát vodu?
Jistě.
Promiňte, už bych si chtěl objednat.
Dobře.
You are at a train station where you're attempting to buy an express ticket from a ticket machine. Which option should you choose to buy an express ticket? Which option should you choose to buy an express ticket? The option on the bottom left is for an express ticket.
Rychlíková jízdenka.
You are at a train station where you've just bought an express ticket. Which train car, row, and seat number are you in? Which train car, row, and seat number are you in? The ticket says that you're in train car number 1 in the 8th row in seat C.
První vagón, 8. řada, sedadlo C.
You are at a train station where you're reading the train schedule for an express ticket that you've just bought. On which days are there no express trains running? On which days are there no express trains running? There are no express trains running on public holidays and the third Sunday of every month.
Dny pracovního klidu, 3. neděle v měsíci.
You are on a platform at a train station where you're waiting for your train. Suddenly, a message appears on the display. What does the message on the display mean? What does the message on the display mean? The display reads, "The next train will not stop."
Vlak nezastavuje.
You are at a train station where you're looking for the best exit to catch a taxi. Which exit should you take to get to the taxi rank? Which exit should you take to get to the taxi rank? You should take the east exit in order to get to the taxi rank.
Východní východ.
Does having a study partner help you learn a language faster? For most people, having a friend or romantic partner who is a native speaker of their target language dramatically improves their ability to master the language. In this video, we'll talk about some ways to help you build relationships with people. We'll also talk about 3 reasons having a native speaker partner can improve your language fluency. First, knowing a native speaker helps you better understand the culture. Knowing a native speaker gets you connected with the culture in ways that no lessons or textbooks ever could. Native speakers are better informed about the latest slang expressions and know interesting places to eat and hang out. Having a friend or partner who is a native speaker can dramatically improve your understanding of the language. In addition to language, you can learn about cultural practices, gestures, and relationships. Second, having a native speaker partner increases your exposure to the language. Practice makes perfect is a well-known expression that is certainly true for language learning. When you have a friend, romantic partner, or study buddy, you speak to them through text messages, phone calls, and basic interaction. These are all opportunities for you to practice the language. Making an effort to practice will help your vocabulary quickly expand beyond simple greetings, flirtatious words, and basic comments to deeper, more meaningful conversations. Third, a supportive partner is the best study aid you can find. We all make mistakes, especially when trying to learn a new language. But if you have a supportive partner, they can gently point out your mistakes and help you find better ways to express yourself. And if your native speaker study partner is also your romantic partner, your motivation will likely be even higher than someone who does not have a romantic relationship with a native speaker. Now, let's look at 3 ways our language learning program helps you learn even faster if you have a native speaker partner. First, all resources and materials are available in English and in your target language. Studying with a partner is special because it's an opportunity for both of you to learn a new language. That's why every single lesson, transcript, vocabulary list, and resource on our website is available in English and in your target language. You can learn from each other. Second, lessons are designed to help you understand and engage with culture. On our website, our focus is to help our students learn practical vocabulary and phrases that are actually used in everyday conversation. This means that from your very first lesson, you can start applying what you learn immediately. So if you want to go out to a restaurant, play games, or attend a social function with your partner, you'll have the vocabulary and phrases necessary to have a great time. Third, access to special resources dedicated to romantic phrases. If your study partner is your romantic partner, we have resources to help you communicate your feelings correctly. Our language learning program has special sections and tools to teach you love words, phrases, and cultural insights. Of course, please remember that simply being in a relationship is no substitute for studying. Communication is key to every relationship, whether romantic or not. If you fail to continue expanding your vocabulary and you stop learning the language on your own, your relationships may suffer or fizzle out. Without question, spending time with native speakers can help you dramatically improve your language proficiency. But this is no replacement for focused studying. It's essential to help facilitate better communication and master the language. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
Matěj, máš kolečkový brusle?
Jo, jezdím asi 2 roky.
A jezdíš už dobře?
Jde to. Ještě neumím moc dobře brzdit.
Aha, to je dobrý. Já neumím jezdit vůbec.
Můžu tě to naučit, jestli chceš.
Jo, to bych ráda. Můžeme jezdit spolu.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
Mít,
To have.
mít, mít. Kolečkové brusle.
Roller skates.
Kolečkové brusle. Kolečkové brusle. Jezdit.
To go buy something. To ride. To cycle.
Jezdit. Jezdit. Dobře.
Well.
Dobře. Dobře. Umět.
To know.
Umět. Umět. Ještě.
Yet.
Ještě. Ještě. Moct.
Can.
Moct. Moct. Brzdit.
To break.
Brzdit. Brzdit. Spolu.
Together.
Spolu. Spolu.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
Matěj, máš kolečkový brusle?
Jo, jezdím asi 2 roky.
A jezdíš už dobře?
Jde to. Ještě neumím moc dobře brzdit.
Aha, to je dobrý. Já neumím jezdit vůbec.
Můžu tě to naučit, jestli chceš.
Jo, to bych ráda. Můžeme jezdit spolu.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Czech ebook before it's gone.